Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 15, the final race of the CTC 712Breaks Gen 4 Cup Series here tonight, here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The crown of champion here tonight, Garrett Wolfberger, currently in the points lead, heading into tonight's race. Giglio 57-point deficit to Wolfenbarger. Casey Graves is in the third spot, doesn't have his name there because he is not currently in session. He's comfortably in the third position in championship standings. Then we have Cody Cleaver in fourth and Trent Sneed in fifth. Need to go and make sure who that sixth spot is in the championship really quickly so we know who is in that. Ian Montrose, he will be taking a provisional for tonight's race. So he'll have a last place finish teed up, but that should still allow Cliff Mullins to get ahead of him. But the top five all racing for prize money. First place gets 80 bucks, second place gets 45, third place gets 30, fourth place gets 20, and fifth place gets 15. So there's a lot to race for that top five. Not nearly as much as yesterday's champion got. Bradley Wilson winning the championship in the Next Gen Cup Series. Thank you to Wanda Goons for that. $350 Bradley got last night at Phoenix. Plus he led the most laps, so it was another 15 for him. So it was a good night for that 51 team. Not out here tonight. We got 15 cars out here for Atlanta. Petri O'Keefe on top of the board right now. Last night's winner at Phoenix. Cody Cleaver second. Jeff Price third at the moment. Price and Beach both with a 29.91. They're tied for that spot. Wolfenbarger a thousandth back. 29.912. Newton 30.100. Trent Sneed just put it in seventh. Giglio, like I said, one of those guys trying to go for this championship. I think our 2 points battles tonight is going to be fourth and fifth and first and second. I think third and well, just third pretty much is the only one that's locked up. I don't think, with Casey taking a provisional, I don't think Cody or Trent are going to be able to catch Casey. Maybe with a win they could, but not sure. Giglio goes to the top of the board, though, with 29.79 for Giglio. And then wrecks it on lap 2 there. But lap 1 was good enough anyway. He doesn't need to make that lap 2. Kenny Frisbee out here. Can't remember the last Gen 4 race Kenny was at, so it's good to see him back out here in the final race of this season. Likely the final race of this series for some time until they fix these cars. Alright, that's going to do it for qualifying. Get this race underway. $120 laps tonight. That's going to end up being 185 miles around this mile-and-a-half racetrack. Lake Giglio going to be your pole sitter. Few drivers up here tonight trying to look for their first win still. One of those, Trent Sneed, Cliff Mullins, Todd Taylor as well. You guys that haven't found victory lane yet this season but have run well. for everybody to grid up. We can get this thing rolling. I think that is it right there. Get a word with our pole sitter. Hey Blake, it's Lucas. You got me.
How's it going?
Hey man, doing pretty good. Starting on the pole for this final Gen 4 race. How we feeling?
Yeah, feel pretty good. We'll see what happens. Probably too far of a deficit to make up, but we'll try to finish off the season here with a win.
Absolutely, man. Good luck. Hopefully we're talking to you at the end.
Thank you.
All right, Giglio starting on the pole. Patrick O'Keefe on his outside in second. Cody Cleaver in third. Jeff Price in fourth. Andrew Beach fifth. Garrett Wolfberger sixth. Cliff Mullins seventh. Trent Sneed in eighth. Todd Taylor in ninth. Quinn Newton in 10th. Daniel Llewellyn in 11th. Jonathan Lager 12th. Kenny Frisbee 13th. Dave Hoyts in 14th. And Jeremy Scherer starting in our final 15th spot. Guys might be able to do a one stop here in this race. I'm not entirely sure what fuel mileage is, but it's probably going to be close to doing a one stop. But if I had to guess, I think the majority of these guys will do a two stop if it goes green all the way. But here we go. Pace car is off. Green flag in the hands of Barney the Flagman, and we are racing here at Landmark Speedway. Dave Hoytsma loose already. And he had an issue right there. That might be it already. Does have a fast repair if he likes to use it. Oh, O'Keefe just had a moment up front as well. Blake Giglio leads lap 1 here at Atlanta. Check in with the 79. Yeah, it looks like he has pulled it off the racetrack. So that's going to leave us with 14 cars for the rest of this race. Let's take a look at what happened with the 79 there up the green flag. Oh man, this Atlanta track, not much grip in this place, and all 900 horsepower got the best of him right there. He's following in behind those guys. Gonna be it. Like I said, he has exited the racetrack, but here we go in battle for the lead. O'Keefe and Giglio. Take a look at our points right now as they stand. Giglio has cut it down to 32-point deficit. He is ahead of Wolfenbarger, but only by 3 spots. They're going to try to sit back, save some tire. 74-degree track, or a 74-degree air temp, 84-degree track temp. So, bit of a hotter track, not too bad though. Into turn 1, O'Keefe leads, Cleaver second, Giglio third. Jeff Price looking to get around that one car though. Keep in mind, 4th place would be Casey Graves, and he will be taking a provisional, so he'll get last place points, so he'll likely hold on to that 3rd spot. Same with Cliff Mullins, should be Ian Montrose in that position. Battle is between Wolfberger and Giglio, and Cleaver and Sneed. Giglio wrapping that bottom there in 3 and 4. Make sure to get as low as possible to save those tires, but Wolfenbarger right on his back bumper. Now looking to the outside, heading into 1. Tucks back inside as they head into turn 1 now. keep out front once again. We saw him win the race last night in Phoenix in the Cup Series. Now he's out here leading the Gen 4. I think he's looking for his first win in the Gen 4 Series as well. Run part-time this season. He has 4 starts. Finished in the top 10 2 of those times. Oh, no, man, he got the wall there on the front straightaway. I think he's all right. Got 3 career wins in the Cup Series. And one of those wins came back at Atlanta earlier this season in Cup Series. So, got a handle on this Atlanta racetrack. We do have a battle right here. Quinn Newton and Cliff Mullins. On board with Quinn Newton in this 7th spot as he watches this battle up ahead of him, Giglio and Sneed. .94 into turn 1 there for Newton. Got the wall there on the back stretch a little bit. Hear just how much off-throttle time these guys have in Atlanta. This place has a very worn-out surface. Makes for some tough driving, especially with these cars having as much horsepower as they do and no downforce. Still on that tire saving strategy right now, and I wonder if it's fuel saving as well. I still am curious what the fuel mileage looks like. If they can make it on one stop, that would be pretty huge. Frisbee, Cliff Mullins, it's a battle for the 8th spot. Further back, battle for the 12th spot, Todd Taylor, Daniel Llewellyn. Oh, Daniel with a moment there, heading into 1. I had to chase the car up the racetrack, but it looks like he will take over 12th. Yes, he will. Now, Scherer and Beach battle for the top 10. Scherer will take over the 10th spot. Llewellyn and Taylor side by side again, still for the 12th spot. Llewellyn in the wall, that'll give Todd Taylor the spot back. Sorry, I haven't checked in with chat. Much people chatting in here. Sorry, guys, didn't see you. O'Keefe sweep on its way, for sure. Definitely, you can do the Daytona 500 National Anthem again. That was awesome. CTC Chapter 2, Season 1. Yep. Nobody racing side by side right now, but we do have a few battles. Share looks to be running down Kenny Frisbee. Giglio starting to pick up the pace a little bit. The last few laps, he's running a couple tenths faster than everybody. I think he might have saved enough tire for his own liking. He's starting, like I said, to pick up the pace. If he continues that, we'll just watch that gap drop and drop and drop lap after lap. Quinn Newton, I want to talk about him right now. He's running at 7th. Like he's got a good amount of pace in that Hendrick Cars 88. O'Keefe just lost a little bit of time to Cody Cleaver. Kind of had an issue a lap or two ago. Doesn't seem to have hurt him too bad. Giglio pace did not pick up as much as I thought it would. Or O'Keefe picked it up, not sure which, but not sure if that one car is still saving or if the tire saving has not paid off yet. A little bit farther back, Newton and Mullins. Mullins trying to get up into the 7th spot, and he does. Andrew Beach losing a few spots here. He's now falling back behind Todd Taylor. Might have cooked the tires off then, that 8 car. Racing since the drop of the green, no cautions yet. Newton trying to get back around Mullins, and he does. These guys rip from the top of the racetrack now. Starting to drive away from that 82 car. Meanwhile, Frisbee and Scherer saw Scherer catching up to that 18 car. I was trying to make a move for the 9th. A lot of cars grouped together here from around 4th all the way back to, I would say, 10th or 11th and 12th. But there's a bit of a gap from 2nd to 3rd. And gap between 3rd and 4th is just starting to grow now. Fastest car on the racetrack last time by was actually the 88 of Quinn Newton, surprisingly enough. No offense, Quinn, but it looked like you had burnt your tires off, but I guess you didn't. He was reeling in the 81 of Trenton Snead. Oh, very loose off 2 there. Had to chase it down the track. Todd Taylor as he now tries to get by Kenny Frisbee. O'Keefe still with the lead. Cleaver has cut it down by another 1/10 or so since we last talked about it, but that's about it. 3/10 separate those two. Then it's a second back to Garrett Wolfenbarger. And almost another second back to Jeff Price. And a 10th back to Giglio, who's trying to get around this 45 machine now. Battle for 8th. Cliff Mullins gets around Scherer. Oh, Jeremy. Big moment there in the middle of the quad oval. Was able to save it, but he took it through the grass. Alright, pit stops. If these guys are two-stopping it, we'll look to see them come around, or come down in around 10 or so laps, maybe 10 to 15. But if they're making a one-stopper, if they think they can make it on gas and tires, they're going to pit around 60. Oh, Andrew Beach in the wall right there. Trying to chase down Kenny Frisbee for this 11th position. Llewellyn 15 seconds back from these guys. I'm not sure what happened to this 23 car. A little bit of right front damage. Back it up. He's got a 2X on lap 16, so we'll see if that was when this occurred. Yeah, picked up some damage right there. I don't know if that's what has caused him to now be off the pace, but like I said, it's about now up to 16 seconds behind everybody else, so not an ideal situation for him there. O'Keefe still in the lead. Take a look at our total laps led on the tower there. O'Keefe with 32 laps led, and Giglio only leading 2 laps tonight. Any other car to lead a lap other than O'Keefe. Looks like Llewellyn bringing it to pit road. And has he blown a tire? I mean, his pace is very far off. He lost a lot of time there. He's already getting lapped. So, not sure what happened to this 23 car. I mean, the car does not look like it's in terrible shape. The only thing I could think of is he blew a tire. Battle for second, Cleaver and Wolfenbarger. Cleaver as the 32 car all over his back bumper. Wolfenbarger doing his best to put the power down off the corner, but looks pretty tough. Oh man, it's close there off two. Wolfenbarger kind of chopped the Q's nose off. He might have been clear, but it was close. Now Giglio looking to the outside of that 2 car here in 3 and 4. Giglio up inside the top 3. Andrew Beach still trying to get around Kenny Frisbee. A little bit further ahead, Taylor and Scher. But we do have a battle for 2nd and 3rd right now. Wolfenbarger and Giglio, they're also tracking down our leader, Patrick O'Keefe, at the same time. Our last lap times up on the ticker. See just how fast everybody in the top 15 are running. Giglio almost 3/10 faster than our leader last time by. Wolfenbarger 2/10 faster. O'Keefe might have cooked his tires off. That time by, pretty much same story. Giglio a little bit slower than he was last time. Cliff Mullins calls out he's pitting on the radio. Going to be from the 8th position. That's going to be a 2-stopper right here. And he's going right on time, lap 40. Putting it directly in 3rds. He's going to be the first one to come down. It looks like Andrew Beach also came down, but he has parked it. Like a few laps ago. Let's see what happened to the 8 car. Got the wall in the back straightaway. That was a 2X somehow. Well, I'm not sure what happened to the 8 car, but he has parked the race car. Mullins coming back out on the racetrack after taking 4 tires and fuel. Cody Cleaver just came down as well. So it's Cleaver and Mullins. Kenny Frisbee looks like he's going to be pitting this time. When do these leaders come down? That is the question. And the battle for 4th in the point standings got interesting. As Giglio trying to get around Wolfenbarger. But Sneed was Cody Cleaver pitting. I find himself only 11 points back from Cleaver. Ooh, Giglio grabbed the wall right there. Top 3 under a blanket, all within half a second. Jeff Price about 2.5 seconds behind Giglio now. Cody Cleaver, the first car on tires. Top 7 still have yet to pit. That's the battle for the lead. Wolfenbarger looking to the inside of O'Keefe. '92 calling out he's pitting on the radio, so O'Keefe going to come down this time by. Sees the writing on the wall. These guys are getting a little bit faster than him now, so he's going to come down and take 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Like a clean entry there for the '92 team. Wolfenbarger in the lead, leads his first lap of the night. Cody Cleaver getting by to get his lap back right there. 06 Todd Taylor coming down pit road, a little bit squirrely, but it looks like he got slowed down in time. Top 5 still have yet to pit. O'Keefe going to rejoin. Phew, about 13 seconds. I'm sorry. About 10 seconds behind Cody Cleaver, who will be our leader once everything cycles out. He does have 8 lap pressure tires now, so we'll see if he can make those work. Giglio going to be the first one of these two down pit road. Followed by Jeff Price. That leaves Trenton Sneed. Just Trenton Sneed and Garrett Wolfenbarger on track as Quinn Newton comes down right here. Just the top 2 have yet to pit. That makes me think this is a fuel mileage thing. I think they can make around 50 or 51 laps on a tank of gas. And yep, there it is, Wolfenbarger down pit road, and I expect to see Trenton Sneed down as well. Yes, we do. Alright, there it is. That'll be our last 2 that are yet to pit. Everybody will be cycled out once these 2 come off pit road. And we'll see if these fresher tires pay off for the 32 team. Every run from here on out is going to be shorter than this one was, I think, so you really got to hope these new tires can pay off for you. Cody Cleaver going to go by and take over this race lead for the first time tonight. Owens was able to cycle up to 3rd with the shorter pit stop, or the shorter pit strategy. And O'Keefe's pit stop time was actually 2 seconds slower than everybody, so his pit crew did not do him any favors there. And it's cost him probably 2 seconds of time on track. That could end up being the difference between a win and 2nd place. Giglio pit a lap before Wolfenbarger did, that has allowed him to retake the lead between these 2. Now these 2 with the freshest tires on the track, gonna try to chase down the 3 in front of them. Llewellyn, first car a lap down in the lucky dog position. Jonathan Lager also a lap down. behind Malone. And then you have Andrew Beach and Dave Hoytsman on 2 DNFs so far. Quinn Newton, after pitting very late, he also had a very slow pit stop, and he's now in danger of going a lap down to Cody Cleaver. So it was a pretty good night there for the 88. But like I said, the late pit and the bad pit stop has not put him behind a lot of other cars. Cody Cleaver, by far with the best total pit stop time out of anybody, at 38.4 seconds on pit road. That has allowed him to get this huge lead, plus with the shorter pit strategy. For comparison, Blake Giglio had a 40.4 total time on pit road, so that is 2 seconds that Cody Cleaver was able to make up on Giglio. Obviously, a lot of that was just Giglio's box time. But there are other examples of that as well. Wolfenbarger had a decent pit stop. Actually, it was about the same as Giglio. He had a 15.8 in box time. So those two both did not have great pit stops. I don't know if they took extra fuel compared to everybody else or a tear off or something, but their pit stops were a little bit worse than other cars. Sneed coming up on Jeremy Scherer. Sneed with much fresher tires going to go by this 15 car pretty easily. Owens trying to defend Jeff Price. He already got passed by Giglio and Wolfenbarger, and now Jeff Price going to go by with 10 lap fresher tires. Jeff Price back up inside the top 5. That 45 car, I haven't talked about him much tonight, but he has a lot of speed. That Back Channel Productions 45 Chevy. Kenny Frisbee, Todd Taylor coming up on him. Todd Taylor with 6 lap fresher tires. Late pit seeming to pay off for these guys right now. Problem is, lap times are starting to even out between all of these cars right now. I mean, Cleaver has 7 lap older tires than O'Keefe, but he's only running about a 10th or 2 slower per lap. That's not nearly enough for O'Keefe to run him down by the time Cleaver has to pit again. Cleaver is going to probably come down in about 18 laps. So that means all these guys behind Cody Cleaver are going to have to find a way to catch him before he comes down pit road again. Because he's just going to gain that same exact advantage plus some the next time he comes down. So they're going to have to try to come down with him if they're not able to get to him. Just past halfway now. Wolfenbarger firmly with the championship lead. 52 points. It's not impossible to make that up. But Giglio's going to need a lot of help. Probably going to need to win the race, and I think if Wolfenbarger wrecks out right now, it would still be very close. I don't know the exact math. It would be 56-point difference between a win and 13th. So if Wolfenbarger wrecked out right now, and finished in 13th, and Giglio won the race, that would be the only scenario where Giglio could win this championship. Giglio, if he got up there and started leading the most laps, that would get him an extra 5 bonus points, and that would help him out. He's still got time to do that, if I'm not mistaken. Take a look at our lap sled again. Yeah, O'Keefe with 44. Giglio, he does have time. If he were to get in the lead very soon, he would have time to get those extra 5 points, and that would have net him Wolfenbarger finishing in 10th or something like that, or 11th. But still, very, very tight window for Giglio. Wolfenbarger would need a lot to go wrong. Wolfenbarger, a former Cup champion, almost won the championship last night to go 2-time champion in the Cup Series, but came up short due to some damage and wrecking with a lap car out of his control. But now looking to get that second championship here in Gen 4. Giglio, he is a 2-time Cup champion, our only multi-championship winner in CTC in history. One of his Cup championships was back in the old Gen 4 car, back in Season 6. But just too much of a deficit for Giglio to overcome here tonight, I think. But Newton just got by Kenny Frisbee to get back inside the top 10. So the newer tires seem to be helping Quinn out a little bit, but I'm sure not as much as he was hoping for. Picking with the leaders, Cleaver with a 3.4 second lead over Patrick O'Keefe. He's probably coming down pit road in about 12 laps. About 0.3 a lap slower right now, so 92, the 1 and 32 might get there before he has to pit, but it's going to be close. And, I mean, if I'm him, I'm doing the exact same strategy again. I'm pitting on lap 80. Because it seems to have worked out very well on this run. Hasn't worked out quite as well for Cliff Mullins. I mean, he's still in a pretty good spot, sitting in the 7th position with a 5-second lead over 8th. Alright, well, everybody kind of racing single file, spread out right now. Let's go to a quick crank it up before pit stops start up again. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the Crank It Up. Battle for the lead still closing in. O'Keefe has cut the gap down to 2 seconds, but the time has just about ran out. Cody Cleaver, I'm sure, planning on pitting very soon. And he's just racking up the laps led right now. Let's see what he's up to at this point. 26 laps led. Last lap up on the board, 31.6 for the leader, 31.45 for second, 31.33 for third, and 31.28 for fourth. So it goes slower to faster all the way from first to fourth. And that's indicative of when they took tires. In that order is from oldest to newest on tires. So we're going to see Cody Cleaver probably come down right here if he's staying on the same strategy. And, not a lap too late, as his lap time seemed to be falling off pretty bad now. '92 of O'Keefe coming down, so he's going to try to steal that strategy and come down at the same time. Cody Cleaver also, yep, coming down. So here we go. Cleaver and O'Keefe down pit road. Giglio stays out along with Wolfenbarger. Laps left in this race. Been green all the way through so far. This is how the Gen 4 series has been for probably the last 10 weeks or so. A lot of green flag racing. Llewellyn also just came down and puts him down 3 laps down, so made his final pit stop right there. But everybody else to the top 9 still has yet to come down pit road, make their final stop. Brooke Mullins is coming down here. Not surprised to see that. He was one of those guys that splitting it almost exact thirds as well. Roughly on the same strategy as Cody Cleaver. But this battle for the provisional lead right now, Cleaver and O'Keefe, 10th and 11th. That will be for the lead once everybody else pits. And the gap is about 2.4 seconds between them right now. There's O'Keefe coming off turn 2, so there's the gap. It's almost the length of the back straightaway between those two. Jeremy Scherer running down Quinn Newton for the 6th spot. Or Newton might have just got past him. I'm not sure which is which. 15 of Scherer calling out. He's coming down pit road right here. 39 laps into his run. 30 with 35 to go as he comes down pit road. Giglio down pit road for his final pit stop. 34 laps into his run and 35 to go. Kenny Frisbee also calling out he's coming down here. Wolfenbarger staying out another lap. Trying to hold Cody Cleaver a lap down, but doesn't do it. And Cleaver going to get by right there. Get back on the lead lap. Cody Cleaver, I think, is in the best position right now out of anybody. Split the race directly in 3. Had a lead coming down pit road. has maintained that lead off the pit road now with that same tire advantage or speed advantage that he got first time around. He has now got that again over Giglio and Wolfberger. The only caveat this time is O'Keefe pit at the same time as him, so those two on even tires are about 2 seconds apart. O'Keefe now going to get by to get back on the lead lap. I'm sorry, he's not. He's the first car lap down. He's closing in on Wolfenbarger to get his lap back. Wolfenbarger looking like he's going to come down this time. Nope. Wrapping the bottom. Okay, Wolfberger just running long. I think he's going to try to hope for a caution here. Like I said, 13th is where he'd have to finish, I think, to lose this championship. So he might be aware of that at this point and said, I'm just going to play it super safe and go long here and make sure I get a decent finish. Top three all still have yet to pit. Everybody else has come down once this race, or for their last stop this race. That would be 2 stops. Wolfberger, Taylor, and Newton. I would hope these guys are going to come down relatively soon as Wolfberger down pit road from the lead. So there you go. Going to be with 30 to go. We'll leave Todd Taylor out on the racetrack. We'll see if he continues to make laps. Yes, he will. So he's going to maybe pass Wolfberger here for the lead. Not quite before the line. So he'll have to go another lap if he wants to lead the lap. Get the 5 bonus points. Todd Taylor to the lead for the first time tonight. Quinn Newton in second. Like I said, these two still have got to come down pit road for their final stop. Everybody cycles out. Cody Kleber, just behind Newton, will be our race leader. And actually, he's caught these two, and he might take the race lead without even needing these guys to pit. He's going to go by Newton for second. Taylor does stay out another lap, and we'll get the lap lead. 5 bonus points there for the 06. Giglio has 5 lap fresher tires than Cleaver and O'Keefe. Wolfenbarger with 10 lap fresher tires than Cleaver and O'Keefe. '06, Todd Taylor calls out he's pitting this time. Stop there for Taylor. On to make his final stop. Cleaver takes over the lead, like I said. Newton in second, but he still has to come down pit road as O'Keefe's going to get by now. O'Keefe with a 3-second gap to Cleaver. Giglio needs to make up 3.5 seconds on our leader. And wow, Giglio did not lose nearly as much time as he did the last pit stop. This is going to get interesting. Newton through the grass right there. He might have just missed pit road. I'm not sure. Or he might have had a malfunction there with his PC or something, but that was interesting. Looks like he does hold on to the car. But Giglio with 5 lap fresher tires than Cleaver and 3.2 seconds to make up. This is falling right into the hands of Blake Giglio right now. He's going to get by O'Keefe with ease. Whoa, I just noticed in chat, why are we hating on my crank it up? I like the long crank it ups, come on now. Eight cars on the lead lap still. With Mullins that final car on the lead lap. Then you got Jeremy Scherer, first car lap down in the Lucky Dog position. Got about a 7.5 second lead over the next car lap down, which is Kenny Frisbee. Todd Taylor, after the late pit, now has to make up a lot of spots here on the fresh tires. Frisbee ahead of him. Barrier to get inside the top 10. Taylor with 8 lap fresher tires should make pretty quick work of him. Taylor going to get by, get inside the top 10 once again. Meanwhile, for fourth, Quinn Newton on the very old tires gets passed by Wilkenbarger. Newton just desperately hoping for a caution right now to save him. If he has to pit now after all of this time loss, he's going to be maybe even 2 laps down. Giglio is reeled in. Cleaver by a second already since we last talked about him. 1.9 seconds is the gap, and a half second faster the last time by. And this is not looking good for Cody Cleaver. Cleaver does have a win this season. That win came back at Talladega. But several races where he could have won. One that comes to mind is Darlington. It's also very fast in Indianapolis. I don't remember much of that Indianapolis race, but I know he was running up front. Newton is down pit road to make his final stop. This is going to be a lot of time lost for him, as I said earlier. He's probably going to drop back to Daniel Llewellyn. Giglio gap now 1.2 seconds to the leader, Cody Cleaver. Coming to 18 laps to go here at Atlanta. 18 laps to go on this Gen 4 season. Likely the last race in Gen 4 for quite some time. So enjoy these last few laps while we have them. Newton does not go 2 laps down. It was pretty close to happening. About a straightaway apart from the leader. So he's 1 lap down, got brand new tires. See if he can make up some spots here. He's got 14 seconds to make up on Kenny Frisbee to get in the top 10. I don't know if he's going to have time for that. Going to have to be a second faster per lap from here on out. Giglio's got it down to inside a second to Cody Cleaver, and I can tell you for sure, Cleaver's not going to give this lead up easily. Especially with it being now 16 laps to go. He can taste that checkered flag. And the time difference between these two, is, I don't think it's enough for Giglio to make the pass very easily. It's definitely going to be a fight for that win. But what Cleaver absolutely cannot do at this point is overheat his tires before Giglio gets there. He's got to spend all of his time now. Giglio's going to get there no matter what at this point. What Cleaver has to do now is try to get his tires cold enough for when Giglio does get there, he's got tires to fight with. If he just drives it hard now to maintain this gap, that's going to be up in about 4 or 5 laps at most. If he wastes his tires now, he's going to have nothing left for when Giglio gets there. So he's got to make sure he's got some tires under him right now. And he's going to have to do all he can to keep Giglio back there. Giglio with 4 wins this season in Gen 4. If he gets a 5th, that would tie him with Wolfenbarger. Wolfenbarger running in 4th right now. Easily has the points lead for that championship. That time by 13 to go. 3/10 is the gap. Cleaver's in the wall. That you can't do that right now, Cody. Oh man, he's oh that's it. Giglio's got the top. That was a huge mistake from the 2-car. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I mean, Giglio's got the preferred outside lane now. He's gonna just drive around that 2-car with the the fresher tires. Oh, Giglio gets loose. Didn't check up enough though. Cleaver not able to get alongside, and that will be Blake Giglio to the lead. Battle for 3rd. Wolfenbarger trying to get around O'Keefe. Very close there in 3 and 4, but Wolfenbarger ultimately going to get on to the podium here. And definitely doesn't have enough time to run down Cody Cleaver. Going to be 10 to go this time by. Giglio did a great job getting off pit road, I bet. I mean, he made up so much time, it seems like, on pit road. Even with pitting 5 laps after the 2-car, he was only a few seconds back once he came off pit road. So did a masterful job getting on and off pit road, apparently. And that has granted him with the lead with 10 to go. Cleaver's in the wall again. Todd Taylor just behind him. Taylor trying to get that lap back. Got fresh tires. And I apologize to Todd Taylor. I didn't believe in him, but he's gotten all the way back up to 8th now after the late pit, so he's done a great job. I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch Cliff Mullins, but still, great job by that 016. Quinn Newton, 5 seconds behind Kenny Frisbee for the top 10. See if he can get there. I think he has time. Going to need a few good laps sprinkled in there, but it's not impossible for him to get there. Trent Sneed sitting here on an island in terms of positioning. 5 seconds behind Jeff Price and 10 seconds ahead of Cliff Mullins. C2X sandwich, but the sandwich is very spread apart. Well, with Giglio in our closing laps here in the Gen 4 series. Giglio, 29 lap old tires. There's some guys out there with mid 30 lap old tires, so you guys are all struggling at this point. We we've been green flag racing this whole race up to this point, and we are 3 laps away from going flag to flag. We are trying to make it 5 wins on the season. The second place points finish. Gonna be 2 to go this time by Todd Taylor right behind Giglio, trying to get his lap back. Mostly just for pride at this point. 2 laps to go. If caution comes out, you can still get the lucky dog anyway, but he wants to let off. I mean, Giglio's got a 1.5-second lead over Cleaver. 2 laps to go here at Atlanta. 2 laps to go in this Gen 4 season. Thank you to everybody who's put this thing on. 712Breaks Gen 4 series. It was a fun season, I think. A lot of good racing going on all year. Except for Talladega. We don't speak of Talladega. White flag waving. 1 lap to go at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Turn 3 for the final time. Blake Giglio gonna make it 5 wins on the season, I think. Off of turn 4, Giglio wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the finale race. Cleaver comes home second. Wolfenbarger with third and a Gen 4 championship. Congrats to Garrett Wolfenbarger, champion here in season 1 in 2025. Jeff Price running under top 5 with O'Keefe in 4th. Sneed 6th, Mullins 7th, Taylor 8th, Scherer 9th, and Kenny Frisbee running under top 10. Newton was not able to get there. Barger, I want to point out, also the champion. Make sure he gets some TV time here as they burn it down. Alright, let's get a word with our winner and our champion. A word with our race winner first. Hey Blake, it's Lucas, you got me.
How's it going?
Hey man, well not a championship here tonight, but your 5th win on the season and you win the final Gen 4 race. How's it feel?
Feels pretty good. Fun race out there tonight. Tires weren't as important as I thought they were going to be. But we pulled off the right strategy, and we were able to get the win.
We're able to get the win indeed, and I was surprised. Did you have just an incredible pit stop on that last one? Because you did not make up nearly that much time the first time around.
I think I ran the top a lot more. I burnt, you know what I mean? I knew I had 30 laps to make them last, and I just kind of burned them all off. And I think the top was the fastest, so we caught them quick. We were able to do that, and we were able to get the win.
For sure, man. Well, got any sponsors or shout-outs for the race win tonight?
Yeah, I got a shout out to you for broadcasting, putting on CTC Cup Series in this one. 712Breaks sponsoring this series. One of Goons, OG Gear, everyone on this car, and shout out to Garrett there for winning the championship.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on the final win here. We'll see you next season.
Yep, thank you.
Blake Giglio getting the win tonight. Let's talk with our champion here tonight. Hey, Garrett, it's Lucas. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. Well, champion here tonight. Not the race win for you, but still champion nonetheless. Your second CTC championship. How's it going?
Yeah, man, feeling pretty good. A lot better than last night. Knew we just had to play it smart there and have a decent race, and that's what we did. I mean, led some laps. Had a good strategy, just a little late on the pit stop on that last one, but glad to get the top 3 and get the championships. Fun race, and yeah, glad it didn't end like last night. Way better than last night.
Yeah, flag to flag, no cautions. That's pretty good even for 15 people being here.
Yeah, it was really fun. You know, I practiced last night afterwards, practiced some green flag and was trying to save tires, and it was working pretty good. That first run felt really good, and got around everybody and just that didn't fall off. Like last week at Texas, the tires were shredding. This wasn't as bad because like last week I saved really good and those guys paid for it, and this time it wasn't that bad. I mean, we'd catch them and then within the 10 laps we'd pit, so we didn't really gain that much, but overall was a pretty fun race and glad no one wrecked. Nice to go green flag to a checkered there.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that as well. Any sponsors or shout outs for the championship?
Yeah, man, just want to thank everyone on One and Goons, man. Thanks for them letting us come on the team and race for them. So, great first season, obviously, getting the chip with them. So, thanks to them. Thanks to OG Gear for being on the car all season and supporting us in the Goons. Thanks to Brantley Bryant, K Designs, for making the paints all season for Wednesday Cup and Thursday's Gen 4. So appreciate him for that. Thanks to Ryan File for he wasn't racing in this series, but he was the crew chief all the way through. So he was there supporting me every race and trying to help me out a little bit. So appreciate him. Thanks obviously to Blake. You know, me and him being teammates now, and I think that really works. And just fun battling him and Bradley on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So nice to have fast teammates as well to push you every week and try to make you better. So appreciate them. And yeah, and then you for broadcasting and running the league. It's a great season and best way to cap it off with the chip. So on the next season, I don't know if you're going to do another season of this or we're going to do something else, but it was a blast.
Yeah, I can confirm Gen 4 probably will not be coming back. iRacing just couldn't figure it out in time, so
No.
Gonna be moving on. But I'm glad you had fun. I hope everybody else had fun. Yeah. Thanks for talking to us. Congrats on the championship. Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Thank you.
Garrett Wolfberger taking home the championship tonight. Now let's get a word with our second place finisher really quick. Hey, Cody, it's Lucas. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, taking home a second place tonight. Finished on the podium. Just didn't quite have enough tire there at the end, but still, really fast car.
Yeah, I honestly can't complain about how that race played out. I think everyone kind of found out a little bit that tires weren't as overpowered on this as they have been in the past few races. So at first pit stop, I think I caught everyone by the jump because they turned out to have to wait for fuel, and 40 laps was right on the money for not having to wait. So that's, I think, how I got out front to begin with and just couldn't quite hang on.
Yeah, I couldn't quite hang on. I was rooting for you. I got to be honest. Shouldn't be biased, but I didn't want to see Blake win another one. That first run, you did a great job, and like you said, the tire thing I was hoping they'd run super long again and you'd walk away with this thing, but still, like you said, it was a great night for you, a nice second place finish. And I don't know, you got any closing thoughts or shout outs before we end the show?
Yeah, I mean, as always, shout out C2X boys for having me on, running, being entertaining in the chat, and giving us something to look forward to when things get boring with 120 laps of green flag racing. But yeah, shout out to you putting on this whole thing. I had way more fun in this series than I did in the Wednesday night series. I can tell you that much. And then, yeah, shout out friends, family, girlfriend. I think she's watching. And yeah, look forward to whatever comes next.
All right, man. Appreciate you talking to us. Appreciate you running this season. And hopefully you had fun. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Lucas.
Cody Cleaver taking home second tonight. Now let's go through our results before we get on out of here. Blake Giglio taking home the win. Cody Cleaver second. Garrett Wolfmarker third. Then you got Patrick O'Keefe in fourth. Led a lot of laps tonight. I'd have to check, but I think he led the most laps, or it was at least close for that. Jeff Price taking home a top 5. Then you got Trenton Sneed in 6th. Cliff Mullins in 7th, our final car in the lead lap. Then you got Todd Taylor, first car lap, down in 8th. Jeremy Scherer in 9th. Kenny Frisbee running out your top 10. Quinn Newton in 11th, Daniel Llewellyn in 12th, Jonathan Lager 13th, Andrew Beach in 14th, and Dave Hoytsma in 15th. I appreciate everybody watching tonight. It's been an honor. Appreciate you watching all season. Thank you to 712Breaks for sponsoring. I appreciate Wannagoons for sponsoring our Wednesday Night Cup series. I hope we can continue on next year. Obviously, like I said already, tonight, Gen 4 series likely will not come back. That is no surprise, I think, to most people that have been involved. The cars just aren't up to the par, I think, that everybody expected. So, unfortunate we can't come back with those, but they've been fun, I think, nonetheless. But that is going to do it for me this season. I'm Lucas Hoytsma. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next year.